Hey folks, welcome back to the Beer Wrench Garage, and as you probably can see, there's a 2008 VW Passat with the 2-liter behind me, and this is a car that we've been working out for a little bit. I think I made a video, or hopefully by the time this comes out, I will have made a video on how we fixed the underboost condition for this car. And then while we were doing that, we noticed it had a leaking oil filter housing, and we've brought that back in to do that now. But it came back in with a check engine code on a P2187, I want to say, a lean condition at idle. So I'm going to show you how we figured that out real quick and tell you a little bit more about that. This should be a good, quick, informative video, so stick around. If you haven't already, please give me the thumbs up and consider subscribing. All right, let's take a look at this car. All right, so that check engine light that you had coming in was for a vacuum leak or some kind of a lean condition at idle. I forget what exactly the code was. I think it's P2178. Anyway, typically it's this PCV valve that fails, but I replaced it last time. So we hooked up the smoke machine, and after a few minutes, I saw a lot of smoke coming up. And I was looking, I couldn't find it, but once I looked over here, this little vacuum leak, or this little vacuum line has definitely got a tear in it. So that's the cause of your vacuum leak that has your check engine light on. I'll see if I can get this replaced. So the P2187 is basically a lean condition at idle. It's unmetered air after the MAF going into the intake tract. And as you saw earlier, I smoke tested it, and I saw smoke pouring out of this tube here. I'm not even actually sure what it goes to. I think it comes off of the like the N80 valve. In any case, it's split at both ends. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but quick trip to the store. I got some PCV hose, was able to clamp down both ends to the where it meets up to the valve and the other tube, and we got that resolved. So I really wish I had filmed more for this video, but I'll go ahead and kind of wrap up the story and give you a little bit of the interesting tidbits. So the point of this video was how to figure out the P2187 code that this car came in with. Actually, it came in to do a oil filter housing and oil cooler, but as I pulled it in, I scanned it, I saw there was a OBD code for that code. And so we diagnosed that, and then we did the oil filter housing. While we were there, we actually cleaned intake valves. We scrubbed them down just a little bit. They weren't too bad, but did that. And two funny things happened. While we were putting the car back together, the map sensor that goes in front of the intake tubing would not connect. Like, no matter what it did to it, it would not connect. I got a replacement plug. I depinned the original plug, repinned the replacement plug, plugged in it still would not, the sensor and the plug would not mate. And I just couldn't figure it out until I looked, and I saw that within the plug, there's this little orange buffer. And I don't know if it got contaminated with oil or whatever, but it was not allowing this connector to mate to the sensor, and the map wasn't getting a reading to the computer, the map sensor, and it was given a code. So with that, like, the only thing I could figure it out was to remove this. That allowed the terminals to mate and lock in. So I'm not sure what the purpose of this is, but hopefully it will not affect the connection of that. So that we got resolved. And I don't know what the chances are of this happening, but as the owner came to pick up the car, pulling the car out, like, it literally would not move. It's like you had to gas it up to 4,000 RPM just to get it to go forward. And I was like, what the heck happened? So we thought maybe it blew out an axle or the transmission died. You're looking around at the car, and it looks like the back rear passenger wheel would not turn unless you like hammered the gas and like basically was dragging. This thing seized, like, from the time where they brought the car over the night previous or a couple nights previous until we pulled out. I didn't drive it. Somehow it seized as it pulled up to the street here. And when I was pulling it into the driveway, I could feel the car lurch weirdly. And I kind of chalked it up to like a warrant suspension because I wasn't paying attention to that. but a quick trip to the junkyard, and we were able to get another caliper, which was in crap condition, but I was able to clean it up and retract the piston. This piston, no matter, and as you can tell, these are electronically controlled parking brakes. So no matter what I try to do to unwind this was the one that was on the car originally, would not go. It looks like it's like seized itself. So got a junkyard caliper, where I was able to clean it up, retract it, ran the rotors to O'Reilly's and got a quick resurfacing, got a set of new pads at the parts store, and then blended the brakes and got everything nice and squared away. So now she stops, she runs. Other issue she got, she's got a little bit of an oil leak. It looks like it's from the oil pan, but we'll address that later. So, I know you kind of popped into this video for the 2187 code, but yeah, it was a bit of an adventure with a bunch of things happening to get this car going. But like all things where you kind of go through a little bit of a process, once you get done, it's a nice feeling to be able to turn this car back to the owner and let him know that his car's ready to go and it's working the way it should. Anyway, so now I'm going on for a while. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit of a gloss over, but I think it was really kind of helpful to see the visual with the vacuum leak and the smoke test, and give you an idea of what things could happen. I know with these cars, a 2187 is primarily associated with a bad PCV valve. And if you go back to my previous video on the underboost condition, ironically, the PCV valve was leaking like a sieve, and that was causing the underboost. But in this case, that vacuum tube or that vacuum line was leaking. Anyway, like I said, hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and go ahead and consider subscribing. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.